Hi everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert, and I'm here tonight talking about what it's like to be spiritually empowered. I'm having a little trouble getting my video here empowered, if you will. Sorry I was running a little late. I have a Tuesday night group on spiritual empowerment, if you will, and about energy shifts. So we just finished that. Hi Tanya, thank you for joining. So if you are just joining me, again, Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com. I'm your energy shift expert, where I talk to you about how to shield yourself in a way that's not draining and live a happier, more empathic life that has been given to you as a blessing. And so before we start, I'd like to tell you that this Thursday I'll be in Denver, Colorado at the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore. And then I will also be there on Friday. And if you call them, I have a couple of spots left. I'm doing one-to-one clearing sessions, energy clearing sessions, and Friday is a special rate. So if you can get down there and get a discounted rate, and enjoy that, that would be good. So sorry, I'm kind of going on. Hi Jessica, thank you for joining. And if you have anybody that you know that might be having challenges at this time energetically with all the energies that are going on, please share this. There's a little space down below if you're live, and invite them on board, or later if you're watching this on YouTube you can share it, or even Facebook. So the idea is to spread the love and the joy. I've been doing this for about 12 years, and right now is the most exciting time. There's so many energies going on this planet. Hi Chrissy, hi Nicole. That bazinga is about the only word I can think of. And the energetic shifts are so tremendously powerful. Been getting a lot of phone calls from people saying that they feel discombobulated, that they feel unsettled, that they feel angry. Hi Kendall. It's just a really rough time, plain and simple. And so tonight I decided, a couple days ago, I was having trouble announcing what I was going to do next, and I thought, okay, let's do, spiritual empowerment, because it's such an important subject. And this is a great time to talk about it. So the first thing that I would like to address in spiritual empowerment is really knowing who you are. Because if you know who you are, then it's easier for you to navigate the planet that we live on. So who are we? We are a creation of God's Spirit or Source. We are a divine child of the universal creator who put us into earthly bodies with a beautiful spirit in order to go forward in life and learn. That's who we are. And just in case you hear it, I am in my studio in Loveland, Colorado, and I do have my daughter with me, and she's over there on her little iPad, and she's making some, she said hi, making some noises back there. So unless you think it's a gremlin or a demon, it's not. But anyway, so we are these beautiful divine spiritual beings, and here we are on this planet. And once you know that, there's a certain freedom that comes with that. And you know that you're cared for, you know that you're loved. And if you read the Bible at all, it talks about how God wants us to be spiritually empowered and to know that we have certain promises. He promises to be abundant. He promises us to be happy and joyful. And how many of you are suffering financially or feel like you're just pinching or scraping by? Give me a thumbs up here on the video if that's you. Because that's not where you're supposed to be. Good, thank you. You're supposed to be abundant and blessed. That's what God's Spirit or Source intended. Hi, Monet. Thank you for joining us. But what's happening? Oh, hi, Janine. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for coming. So, you're a divine spirit in a physical body, and the person, the being that created you, God, tells you he would like for you to be abundant and joyful and happy in your life. And if you're not abundant or happy or joyful in your life, you're miserable, or you're just scraping by, or you're wondering, what is God doing to me? And you might be feeling like you're hated or rejected, or the Bible calls it forsaken, but you're not. So please know that right now, this world we live in is putting out so many negative messages, and those negative messages bring fear and doubt and anxiety, and that brings your vibration to here. And abundance lives at this vibration, and this is scientific. You can look it up on the internet. It's spiritual and scientific. That's what I love about my job. But when you're here, you feel sad, you feel degraded, you feel like you're just scraping by, and as long as you're kept here, you'll never make it to here. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about spiritual empowerment. I want you to know that from the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you. You're divinely perfect just as you are, even if you have flaws, even if you have sins, even if you've done really bad things in your life. It's not good to do bad things and hurt people, but we all have a past. We all have things we've done we've regretted. But get that right with yourself in your heart, and ask for forgiveness from the other person if you can. If they're not available, just pray and ask God to send that message to them, and then accept the forgiveness. All right, I'm going to stop there before I go on that one. I want to keep tonight pretty short. So if you saw my email or my post, what I promised to talk about was spiritual empowerment. So the first step is to know who you are, and you now know who you are. So you're like, okay, well, if that's who I am, why am I not having enough money? Why is my health failing? Why are my relationships not working out? Good question. And the answer is because you're not up here. You haven't allowed your vibration to be up here. Hi, Susan. You got to get up here. So I'm going to share some ways to do that with you and some things to recognize. I would and like to invite each and every one of you to join me in a class. It's called Spiritual Level 1. It's a class I used to teach in a weekend. People walked in my office one way and they walked out a totally different person. And it was fabulous. But what I found is people would be spiritually high and they'd leave my office, and 6 months later, boom, right back down here at the lower level they were again, because they didn't have time to integrate it. So I now have a class that's online, Spiritual Level 1, where you can integrate learning how to maintain yourself at this higher level. It's a step-by-step process. It is foolproof, right? Foolproof. Just sign up for the class. It's 6 lessons. It's delivered right to you in your home, at your laptop or your hard drive. I think you can do it on an iPad. And you get downloadable worksheets. And soon there's going to be a community on board with Facebook. Hopefully we'll get that launched on Monday, so you can have a community of other people besides me to talk to, right? Because the more of us there are together and the greater the vibration, the faster we rise. So that's available on toolsofenergyprotection.com. Click on Work With Me, and under Spiritual Level 1, that's where you'll find it. Now, moving on. I did promise in my email to cover several things. The first thing I promised is, what does it mean to be spiritually or psychically attacked? So the first thing I would like for you to know is that psychic attack means to be attacked at an extrasensory perception level. That's what psychic attack means. So, hi, Catherine. Glad you joined us. Okay, so I want to look this up real quick, because I noticed the other day there was a beautiful definition of it, and I wanted to share that with you. Sorry, I should have had that pulled up. Okay, so basically the psychic attack is a supernatural, is what they call it technically, or a paranormal. But basically it's your 5 senses. You know, it's the ability to see, feel, sense, and know things other people don't know. And to be psychically attacked means that somebody puts an energy in your energy field that disrupts your ability to do those things, right? somebody asked me a question, in your spiritual class, are there live talks with you as well? Yes, there are live talks with me as well. We have a Facebook community page, and we get on there, and we have a nice interaction between you and me and the community about once every 2 weeks, so it gives you a chance to ask questions in real time. So thank you for that question. All right, back to psychic attack. So one of the things that I have seen in my practice is people will come to me that are of a particular race that have curses and spells thrown on them. Not to say that any other races can't do it, but it just seems to be pervasive. These people come and there are curses, there are spells, there are things being thrown at them into their energy field. And if it gets in your energy field, which is right around in here, and somebody's like holding that negative juju on you, then it's going to disrupt who you are and where you are and your ability to think, feel, act, and react. So those are very real things. So it is so important that you know how to clean your energy field out on a daily basis, at least twice a day, so that you don't have those energies lingering. It's like brushing your teeth. If you leave stuff in there, you're going to get, decay and stuff after a while. Then there's also being spiritually attacked. And that, to me, is a little bit different. Again, they're almost two sides of the same coin, kind of like being highly empathic and highly sensitive. But being spiritually attacked can come from several different directions. It can be a group of people who think about you negatively and send you negative energy. That can be a spiritual attack. It's an attack on your spiritual divine self. They can actually manifest themselves at a higher level, project themselves at a higher level to you, and disrupt your energy field. But spiritual attack can also be different beings. There are demons. There are literal dark beings that will attack people. Thank you. Tanya says I'm right about the curses. So, but there are spiritual beings that are called demons. That's the label they usually wear. Honey, I'm online right now. It's my daughter. She's forgot I was online.
Dad, I just had to give you a hug.
Thank you, baby.
Maybe later.
Yes, later. Okay, I'm online. So, anyway, sorry. She's just so lovely. She gets so excited about what she's doing, and she doesn't remember I'm online. But anyway, so spiritual beings can attack. There are angels, there are higher level spiritual beings, and there are darker or lower vibrational beings called demons. That's usually the label they carry. They can be sent to you by other people. They can just be attracted to your energy field because you happen to be upset, angry, depressed, and they're like, oh, look, there's some energy we recognize, and then they'll come over and get in your energy field, and they'll basically feed off of your energy. This is just normal. So, hang on one second. Hey, Julia. Jay. Now she's ignoring me. I was going to tell her to come say hi. Jay. Nope, sorry. I guess I missed my opportunity. Anyway, let me get back to the spiritually attacked. So it's very important that you know that those things are probable and that they're possible. And I guess I'm going to be having a real... Okay. There we go. I'm getting an indication that my battery is low, so I'm just having all kinds of technical issues today. Must be the energies, right? But anyway, so you have to be aware of that, and then also aware that there are angels and guides that can come and protect you and shield you from those attacks, and asking for what you desire, asking for the help that you need on that. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is how do you know if a demon is attacking you, and what can you do about it? And I put attaching you, sorry, in the feed, misspelling. But a demon generally being a very low vibrational being, will come into your energy field. You might hear like a really kind of demonic voice, you know. You might see things coming off of a bookshelf. That's not always a demon, but it can be. But basically, demon attack is where you just feel really bad about yourself and progressively worse, more and more worse about what's happening for you, what's happening to you. And that's what a demonic attack is. Keep in mind that, you know, make sure you've had enough food, enough water to drink, that you're not suffering from extreme depression or other, you know, dis-eases. Those can actually be one and the same. I did have a client come to me a few weeks back who had a personality disorder, and that can be chemical in the physical body, in the brain, but it can also be an opening for spirit beings to attach to you. And if they attach to you because your energy field is weakened, they can influence you, and they will if they are given the opportunity. So not always, but sometimes I've had people come to me that even have multiple personality disorder and some psychoses, and once I've worked with them and helped to free those literal demons from them, they will feel a shift in their consciousness, and they will feel better. Sometimes they don't hear the voices anymore, but not always. It just depends. That's why it's good to come and visit with me so we can deduce what's happening for you. The last thing I wanted to talk about is, do you often feel disempowered by the people around you? Sometimes, hi Judy, sometimes there are people that have been called energy vampires. If you know anybody like that in your life, can you give me a heart or a thumbs up and let me know that that's something you've experienced, an energy vampire? Those people are just amazing is the only word I can think to say about them. Thank you. Okay. If you experience energy vampiring, it's generally because somebody is plugging into you. And so if you would imagine on your heart usually, something that would look like sorry. Hi Nancy, one of my angels was talking to me. If you think of an outlet, usually when you go to plug something in, there's an outlet that's about that big, and it's got two places for you to plug different things in, and it's generally on your heart. Thank you, Tanya. So an energy vampire will find wherever there's a hole in your energy field that in my mind looks like the double outlet, you know, where you plug two devices in at the same time. And they'll find wherever that is in your energy field, and they will plug into you energetically and drain you, just like a device, like an electronic device. If you have, if you have a computer, after a while, you have to plug it in because that electronic device requires energy. So that, hi Nikki, so those energy vampires will find the soft spot in you, and most of the time they are not consciously aware that they're plugging into you, but they are aware of it. I had a roommate in college that wore me out. I actually had dark circles under my eyes. And I thought it was because, you know, I was a non-traditional college student, second time around, and keeping up with the younger kids and trying to study and write my papers and work a full-time job. And that's back before, I kind of date myself, that's back before the colleges really had much flexibility. So you had to go to school when you could get the classes during the day and run back and forth to work during the day and hope you could get into the lab at night to write your papers. But, you know, that could wear a person out and you get dark circles under your eyes. But the roommate I had at the time would plug into me, and I think she understood she did it, but I don't know. But when she left for a couple weeks to go on vacation, I had people come up to me and say, I've never seen you look better. What did you change? Nothing. So,
Have you ever seen 20
hold on.
under the sea before?
Sweetheart, I'm online. Would you like to come and say hello real quick? And then you'll have to go back. Come around this way. Come around. There she
Hi.
is. Stick your head over here.
Hi.
Okay, go back and sit down. And
Have you ever seen it before?
I'll look at it in just a little bit. Let me finish up talking about energy vampires, my love. Okay? She says, okay, go and sit down, baby. Thank you. Yeah, she's all energy vampires. Hi, Karen. Hi, Nancy. Sorry, Nicole. Sorry. But anyway, so energy vampires, I digress. A little real life. But energy vampires, what they do is they plug in to you in your energy field, and then they just drain you. And they will drain you as long as you allow. Some of the hooks to watch for with the energy field vampires is they will begin asking you to do things that they could do for themselves, or that you really don't have time to do. So they're trying to fit themselves into your already busy schedule, and you really don't have time for them, but you feel bad because you can't fit them in, and then you try, and it's very energy draining. That's generally what it looks like for me. So if you can relate to that, thank you for everybody for saying she's cute. Yes, she's very sweet and gifted. Can this be done from a distance? Yes, of course. People can plug in and be energy drainers from a distance. And like I said, it's important to know that. And how does that feel in your energy field? You know, how can you block them out lovingly? And so basically you're holding up a shield like this, and I don't know how long you could hold your arm up like that before it wore out. I'm not very practiced in that. I know some Tai Chi people could probably do it for hours, but for me it'd be probably minutes and I'd be done. So what it is good to do is to learn how to shield from an energy vampire, how to put the shields up, how to draw safe boundaries, and how to know that's really happening, because you know, you might ask yourself, is it here in my mind or is it real? And either way, there's got to be some lines drawn and some boundaries made, because you simply cannot allow people to drain your energy. And here's why. If you imagine that you were a lifeguard and somebody's drowning and you swim out to them. When a person is drowning, literally, they're going to reach for the highest thing they can get to pull themselves out of the water. And if you're a lifeguard and you're swimming out there, the highest thing out of that water is your head. And they're going to grab it, and both of you are going to go down. That's what happens when you allow energy vampires to drain you. Now, lifeguards used to have a circular device. Now they have a long red device, and they push it out to the person who's drowning, and the person will grab that, and then you can pull them safely back to the edge. So if you have energy vampires in your life, sending them something out to help themselves or to save themselves by grabbing on, that's the desired outcome. That's the desired thing to do. And then you can pull that device, or you can lead them to help themselves, so you're not being so drained. Nancy asked, do you think some of them have low self-esteem and associate good feelings with us? Absolutely. Because we are lights. We are beautiful lights. If you're highly sensitive or empathic, you're a white blood cell. You are God's white blood cell to this planet, and that's your job. And white blood cells help. White blood cells heal. And that's why we're here. And if we can't help and heal other people, then we're not doing our job. And if people will plug into us because maybe we don't know how to shield ourselves, maybe we don't know that's our job. And I'm not saying that you have to come and sit right here next to me and do that job, but it's just a day-to-day basis. There's so many people who are in customer service or public service or nurses or doctors or RAs. All those people are right there on the front lines, because when people are sick and they need healing, they're going to reach for you first. And also, Nancy, in answer to your question, when sometimes people have low self-esteem, they will project onto other people, so they may not be plugging in and pulling the energy, but they may be just pushing their negative energy towards you, their negative feelings. And if you have any holes in your energy field where you didn't heal that for yourself, guess what? You're going to get it. Somebody else, Tanya says, how about boundaries? Great question. Hi, Linda. Hi, Dave. Glad you came. Trudy, it's okay. You can watch the replay. But very good question, Tanya. So I have a online class that is 6 lessons, 1 lesson every 2 weeks. And I've designed it with videos like this one to talk to you about how to shield your energy, how to understand what's happening to you, and how to draw boundaries with the people in your life in a loving, spiritually empowered way. This class is something that I taught before, and usually a weekend workshop, but I found people didn't absorb it. So that's why it's designed to have a new lesson given to you every 2 weeks. And because I am a tactile person and my daughter learns differently, this class, you'll have the auditory videos to watch anytime you like. You will have worksheets that you can print out, download, touch, and take a pen or pencil and write all over the place. And we just added a Facebook community. So there'll be a place you can go online and share how you're doing and if you have any questions or how it feels. And then I will get on there myself once every 2 weeks to answer questions live, just like this. And you can ask as many questions as you like. It's a fantastic and growing community, and I can't wait to have you all on board. It's designed for empathic or highly sensitive people to come on and truly understand who they are, understand where their gifts are, understand where their energetic boundaries are. And I have a big question for everybody tonight who's watching. Most of you have watched before, and I'm so happy that you do and that you come and join me. But I do have a question for you tonight. If you choose to stay where you are right now, if you choose not to get any training or help, where will you be a year from now? Where will you be? Still feeling drained, tired, and fatigued? Will you be wondering what happened if I had taken that class and I knew what to do? I would love to have you come and join me. Again, it's toolsofenergyprotection.com. If you're watching this on Facebook, click on the link with my name up there, and it'll take you right over to my Facebook page, which has a connection to my website on it. If you're on YouTube, it's right down there in the remarks box. And if you have any questions, I'd like for you to put them in the feed tonight and ask me, or if you're watching the replay or even on YouTube, I do watch for people to ask questions and I do respond to them, and I'm so glad when you ask because it's truly a joy in my life. Jessica says, most likely the same as I am now. Yeah, and Tanya says, nowhere good. But I also have one other favor to ask you. I have been working diligently to do this line of work, to understand empaths, to understand highly sensitive people, and to understand who I was and who I am, and to come out in a space where I could provide that information for all of you. And yes, I ride the energy waves every day. And yes, I have human struggles. If you've ever watched some of my videos, my hair might be disheveled or dark circles under my eyes. Even tonight I'm trying new lighting, trying to see how to get the best lighting for the videos. And it's always a work in progress, and so are we all. And that's why I'm asking you to join me, because you are a white blood cell to the body of humanity. And I'd like for you to think about where humanity is. You have wars and rumors of wars and people battling and fighting over the most petty things. And my question to you tonight is, where is the love? Where is the love? It's in those of us that are highly sensitive. That's why you were born that way. That's why you feel things other people don't, hear things other people don't. And right now, for those of you that are feeling bombarded by just all over the place, everywhere, and you're hurting and you're frustrated in your own life and, you know, wondering why are people the way they are and how come I go home fatigued every night? It's because you haven't educated yourself on how to be a beautiful white blood cell that flows the divine love in and out. I'm going to be gross just for a minute, but this is a glass, and if it was full, it isn't right now. I wish it was. But if I took a drink out of it and I put some of it in my mouth, and then before I let the glass down, I spit it back, that's called backwash. It's really kind of gross, actually. But if you are out there and you don't know how to set your shields and you don't know how to be spiritually empowered, you're a white blood cell. Your badge says so, and people know it, and they will tap in and they will plug in and they will throw all kinds of stuff at you because they know that's your job. And just because you don't know it's your job doesn't mean you get to skate free. So I'm offering you an opportunity not to have that energetic backwash, because you go out there and you got your feelers out and you pick up all these negative energies and you come home and now you got to decompress all by yourself. That's backwash. Yuck. Divine love flows in all the way through us, basically in the heart, and it flows out. And it fills our divine space. And people can brush up against that. When they try to plug in, you know, there's no more plug in. It goes bloop. But they can still bask in the sun and the glow and the love. And that, combined with a teaching of healthy boundaries, really helps the empaths. The people that have taken my class, some of them are just finishing up, and they haven't had a chance to write testimonials, but I will ask them so they can tell you firsthand how they feel. But so far, the feedback I've gotten is they feel more energized, they feel more alive, they feel like they have a place in the world for the first time in their lives. And that is why, well, one of the reasons why I get up in the morning. You saw my little girl, she's the other one. But I did have a question on here. Karen says, so the Facebook community is from the class, is from the class, or for the class folks. Yes. This toolsofenergyprotection.com, this is my Facebook page here on Facebook. This is my page for the general community. You can write anytime you want. You can post on any of my posts, ask any questions you like. But when you take Spiritual Level 1, there's a special community because everybody will be going through the same curriculum. Somebody did ask me, when does the class start? When you sign up. And you have 1 year to complete the class. So I have students in there that are just starting, just like you. I have students in there that have been in there 6 weeks and still figuring things out. So it's a continual class that will be available to you for an entire year, the whole curriculum. When you finish the last lesson, there'll be a page you can sign in and get anything you want at any time, any of the lessons or the videos. Somebody else said... Tracy says, I figured out how to empower myself and put up my shields. I've learned how to send out endless love, and I receive endless love back. Way to go, Tracy. That's a great job. And Jessica says, would all the backwash negativity cause anxiety in some people? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think next time here on Facebook Live, in fact, next week, I will talk about what it looks like when negative energy is in your energy field. So thank you, Jessica, for that fabulous idea. I do have the 6-week rotation where I talk about, talking to your spirit guides, talking to angels, talking to deceased loved ones. And so I have a rotation of every 6 weeks of different subjects. So that's what I'll do next time. I'll bring my little model, and he will model for us what it looks like when you have negative energies in your energy field and how that plays out in your personal life. So anyway, are there any more questions? Just watching my monitor here. Okay. So, I would like to invite you to either come down to Denver to the For Heaven's Sakes bookstore. There's a link here on my page to send me a message if you don't know where that's at, or I can put it in later. I am now in Lakewood, Colorado on Monday. I told you that I was going to be expanding so that I could better serve you. So Monday I am in Lakewood, Colorado. So you can come there. I would recommend that you make an appointment before you come and call the store. It's the For Heaven's Sakes books. They have one location in Denver, one in Lakewood. So Denver on Monday, Lakewood on Monday and Denver on Thursday. And this Friday they're having a special event where everything in the store is discounted. And I will also be there, and I'll be doing my sessions at 40% off of the normal cost. So if you've always wanted to try me out and get in and your budget was a little tight, now's the time. Come and see me at that store. And if you're ready to take the leap and fully accept who you are as a beautiful, divine spiritual being put on this planet to spread the love and the joy which is so badly needed, then please join me on my toolsofenergyprotection.com website. Click on Work With Me, Spiritual Level 1. Get yourself signed up straight away. Oh yes, and Mother's Day. I was just reminded Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. I do have beautifully designed gift certificates for Mom under events and gift certificates. There's a link for you to go purchase that, and make sure that you give me Mom's address. And what I will do is I will send out, if you will give me her email address, I'll send her out an email showing her what it looks like, so she'll have it in her inbox for Mother's Day, and then I'll put it in the mail. But that's it. I hope you're surviving. The energies that are just crazy right now all over the place are going to continue to be for a while. I will post here on Facebook daily information as I get it. And other than that, have a great and wonderful night. Thank you so much for joining me. Big hugs and kisses. Remember to join me here next week. We're going to talk about how energies get in your energy field, how they can disturb you, and how you can get those back out again. Have a great and wonderful night.